Please watch Mr. Heavyweight Boxing today.
Hey, what's up, man? This is Chris, the Nightmare Ariola, and you're watching Mr. Boxing today.
Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? All right, man, so fingers crossed that these two fights take place. First, let me give a shout out to my man Lawrence Williams. He first told me about this yesterday, man, so shouts out to Lawrence. Y'all go to his channel, subscribe. But Bryan Stiverne versus Chris Lovejoy, and finally Trevor Bryan taking on Charr for that regular WBA title. Last I checked, Trevor Bryan had the interim and Charr had the regular. All right, so now we're finally in a position where we can try to consolidate both those belts, and hopefully they can get rid of them both. You know what I'm saying? But now they're talking about January 29th. All right, and it's officially on BoxRec. As you see right here, this is Chris Lovejoy's BoxRec. His next fight, Bryan Stiverne, all right, coming up on the 29th, all right? And you see here, this is Trevor Bryan's official BoxRec, Charr, scheduled for the 29th, all right? So, hey, man, I'm going to keep my fingers crossed on this one. Now, I will say this. I haven't seen Charr in the ring since 2017 when he fought Alexander Yusinov when that WBA regular was vacant, all right? And even in that fight, Charr won. That was a good back-and-forth fight. Luckily for Charr, he scored a knockdown. That was really close on the scorecards. Pretty competitive fight, man, all right? You guys haven't seen that, go watch it out. Now, a lot of people say, hey, man, Charr fought since 2017. I do know this, that he did have a double hip replacement surgery. And his doctors were telling him that he had hips of an 80-year-old, okay? So it's just good that he can even fight his way back to this position. Now, with that said, I don't think that even secondary belts like a regular title should just be set on ice because you're injured. If anything, let it be up for grabs, and then when you come back, you can get an immediate title shot, something like that. And that's what Freza Kendall worked out with the WBA. If you guys remember, man, Freza Kendall was rated in the WBA's top 5 for like 4 years, right? And I know it seems really silly, but he went to court for it after the Marius Bridas fight. He had a rematch court order. It never took place because Frez literally kept getting injuries and damn near every training camp after that for like 3 straight years in a row. All right, then he had the fight with Briggs scheduled Frez, and that fell through when Briggs tested positive for steroids. Allegedly, he had something in his asthma medicine, all right? But anyways, that's why you haven't seen Charr in the ring, all right? But, man, Charr and Trevor Bryan supposed to have been getting a fight together for like the last, I think, like year and a half, 2 years, it seems like, man. So when I usually see that they're scheduled or they have something on the docket, man, I, don't hold my breath. But I really would like to see the fight. I think it's an interesting fight. And Trevor Bryan is kind of the forgotten American heavyweight, right? We're starting to talk about guys like Jared Anderson and Guido Vellinello and guys like that. Now we're starting to talk about the prospects more than we talk about Trevor, guys like Jermaine Franklin and so on and so forth. All right, so Bryan should have been in there with Jarrell Miller. I remember when Jarrell went back and forth back in the day down there at the Heavyweight Factory about 3 years ago. We all wanted to see that fight, but Jarrell needs this fight, man, just to get his name back out there, just to get the American public, just seeing his fights. Even his last fight against BJ Flores, man, his fight against Flores that took place in 2018. We haven't seen Bryan since 2018, right? That's, going on 3 calendar years. You know what I mean? So hopefully they get this fight, man. Let's look at the Stiverne and Lovejoy. Now, Lovejoy's a guy where we haven't seen Lovejoy fight. None of us have seen him fight. Unless you've seen him fight in person, he's 19-0 with the 19 knockouts. There is no footage of him that I can find. I've been looking for footage for like 2 years, and I can't find it, all right? But Bryan Stiverne, obviously somebody that's been in there, Chris Ariola twice, Deontay Wilder, Joe Joyce. Now it looks like that Bryan's on the downslide, the down end of his career nowadays. And this could just be but shit, it's still going to be Lovejoy's biggest test, right? He's fought nothing but journeymen. He hasn't even fought like the Jamal Woods and Kamil Sokolowskis and the Avery Gibsons of the world. Not even those type of journeymen. Literally journeymen that I've never heard of. You know what I mean? So, one thing we know that Stiverne, he can still crack, you know what I mean? He can still punch a little bit. So if Lovejoy isn't what he's cracked up to be, shit, he will get found out and caught with a good shot and probably knocked out. All right, but if he can go in there and finish off Stiverne, again, we know Stiverne's at the down end, but at least we know that Lovejoy is at least above this level, right? And what level is that? The level of a former faded title holder. All right. So I at least would love to see that. You know what I mean? AJ and Washington right here. But yeah, man, just wanted to get this video out there to you guys, man. Hopefully this happened. It could be more, you know, heavyweight action going on. Right now, we're still right now the biggest fight thus far that's made is the Junior Fallon Parker fight. I do know that Kalnacki and Helenius is going to take place. I'm just not, they haven't, at least the last I checked, they couldn't pin down a specific date and venue. But I know that fight's going to happen within the next month and a half, 2 months from now, though. All right, because they said first quarter. Okay, so just getting this out there to you guys, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section about this. I'm gone.